So do you guys hear there is a pre-recorded vocal in the background and then him live on top of that? And his live on top of that version has slight pitch deviations, which tells us what? That it's live, that it's not edited. We hear his real raw self. Yeah, I love that.
Late night taxi ride on my way to make it right. Tell me what I got to do. Drug highs, starting flies, always need to compromise. Everybody knows not you. So tell me, have I lost my touch? Is a fatting girl, time wedding girl, are you? Maybe have you given up? Where you hiding, girl?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I don't think that the decision to have that, and this is not about him, this is more about the producers of this show, the decision to have that vocal playing in the back, the pre-recorded, perfected vocal playing in the back, and him singing on top, unison, exact same notes at the exact same time. It's not very flattering. As a singer, I would not like that. It's pressure to be exact, and it's not really possible. And when you're singing with an exact replica of what you're supposed to be doing, every teeny tiny slight deviation, like this melody is very complicated, right? It's a lot of quick moving parts. So if he was on his own without that pre-recorded vocal in the background, it would sound perfectly perfect. But because it's up against the exact notes, I don't know why they did that. Not necessary, maybe? I don't know.
Sick of trying, girl, for you. I'm going out of my mind, thinking you're gonna leave. So if this down, put me out of my misery. I know there's something you're not telling me. Are you falling out of love? When you go out every night,
Oh my God. The stage is just insane. I want to play in China or wherever. I think this is in China. The staging is insane. So beautiful.
Just tell me now, put me out of my misery. Just show me something that I can believe.
I have to say though, this is one of the only performances that I've seen in my memory that seems this live, this unedited. So I don't know if it's this artist who insists on doing live performances, or the particular producer or the particular shows that are allowing him to or trusting him to. I don't know. It's interesting though. After hearing so much edited work, my ear is almost like complaining about it, but at the same time, I'm also glad to see it. Does that make sense? I don't even know what I prefer now. It's bizarre. That's what I mean. When we're so used to all this editing, we hear a real human and we're like, oh, maybe it's not so good. I don't know. It is good. He is good.
I'm out of love. Maybe I'm paranoid. I should just ignore the void screaming out inside my brain. Maybe I think too much.
He's good.
Maybe I self-destruct. I could be the one to blame. So tell me, have I lost my touch? Is a fanning girl, time wedding girl, on you. Baby, have you given up?
Honestly, this is hard. I think that when people think of difficulty, they think of very, very high notes or very, very long notes or very, very complicated riffs. But this song writing is very, very difficult to sing live. It sounds very easy and it sounds very casual, but there's a lot of motion in it. He's actually doing really well.
Where you hiding, girl? See, I'm trying, girl, for you. I'm going out of my mind, thinking you're gonna leave. So if there's doubt, put me out of my misery. I know there's something you're not telling me. Are you falling?
But one thing I will say, he doesn't really have a distinctive voice in my mind. It's good, it's accurate, it's agile, he's very capable, but I don't know if I could remember it, if I could pick it out yet. And that might just be because I'm not familiar with him and he's sort of new and I'm only just hearing him. But yeah, of some of the artists, I can hear their voice in my head right now when I think of their name or when I think of a song they sing. He seems, I don't know if I know his sound. I don't know if it's memorable for me yet anyway.
Out of love, 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 love. When you go out every night, are you thinking of me? Just tell me now.
Sorry, I want to say one more thing. The moves he's doing, the dance moves he's doing, I think this is such an interesting performance. I don't even know what to make of it. But the dance moves he's doing are very subtle, right? Because he's singing live, so he has to actually be able to sing properly. So any of the little foot changes he's doing, which feel like kind of Michael Jackson light-ish, or Backstreet Boys light-ish, he's doing them carefully and subtly enough that he can still sing, but he's also doing something, right? He's not just standing there. So it's impressive, but also maybe weird. I don't even know. I feel like I don't even know how to... This is so uncommon to see a performance like this. I'm not even sure what to make of it.
Me out of my misery, just show me something that I can believe. Have you fallen out of love, 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 love? You pretty white lies, it's all like excuses. You pretty white lies are leading me on. The look in your eyes is making me lose it. Are you falling out of love, 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 love? I'm going out of my mind, thinking you're the...
I keep feeling tempted to say, man, he's going out of tune lots. But I circle back to what I just said. This is a live performance. He's dancing. It's very difficult. He has a pre-recorded track of the exact right notes behind him, which makes it even more obvious. So I can't tell if I'm being fair, but I think he's doing really well. That's what I think. I think he's doing really well, but it is very apparent, isn't it? Those little deviations compared to a perfectly edited performance. We hear it a lot. We're hearing a lot of those little deviations pitch-wise.
You're the lily, so if this now put me out of my misery, I know there's something you're not telling me. Are you falling out of love, 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 love? When you go out,
good for him. That's hard.
接下来把掌声送给张杰。
It's crazy after everything we've seen. And it's crazy, Jay, because it makes him look bad compared to everyone. That's the problem of all this editing, is it makes good singers look shitty when they're actually just human. Like, I don't know that there's a better singer who could do that. The whole thing seemed out of tune, but it's still very good. But just like our ears are so messed up. But why would they put the track in the back? It's so like, why would they do that? Yeah. Why would they should have put harmonies in the back. He was fighting a battle. Bro, I'm like sweating for him.
I took my baby on a Saturday, babe. Who is that girl with you? You sweet wanted to say. Now I believe miracles. And a miracle has happened tonight. But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. I said, if you're thinking of being my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. I said, if you're thinking of being my brother, it don't matter if you're black or white.
He really likes using the gritty, rocky, thicker tones, and he pulls it off really, really well. He does do it a lot, but it is really solid and effective technically.
They bring my message to the side of the song. I had to tell them I ain't second to none. And I told about equality, and it's you either you're wrong or you're right. But if you're thinking about my baby,
good.
so
It's really good.
black or white.
It's weird seeing him wear a suit, like a button-uppy suit for a song this rocky. It's interesting.
I'm tough this stuff. I'm tough this stuff. I'm tough this thing. So when you go get love, I scared no brother. I scared no shade. I scared nobody. Girl, when you go get today. Passion.
He definitely loves doing really showy things, performance-wise, vocal-wise. And I am learning with him that he is really strong as a technical singer. But for me, for some reason, there's some quality about him that feels, don't come for me, his fans, or do, generic. It's like really, really good. Good. It's just really good. But I don't think I could pick his voice out of a crowd for some reason. No matter what he's doing, I've heard him use lots of riffs and runs. I've heard him use big belty sounds. I've heard him use the overdrive and the grit and the distortion. And it's good. It's good. But for some reason, I'm not falling in love with it. I don't know why. And maybe it's the particular songs. I don't know why I'm not falling in love with him when he's really, really good. I don't know.
Okay, confession, cause a great thing, human relations, it's a turbo war, and a global scale. I don't want to hear both sides to tell. It's not about races, just places, faces. Where your blood comes from spaces. I've seen bright gay thought, not goes with my life being a color.
He is brave. He will do anything. That was some rap, which on the original Michael Jackson track is done by, I think, someone else. But he went for it. He went for it.
So do you agree with me when I saw you kicking dirt in my eye? But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or
Good.
white. Think my baby, you matter if you're black or white. They you're thinking of being my brother, it don't matter if you're black or white. No matter if you're black or white.
Oh, this is a big, bold ending. He likes to do a lot of stuff. We're going somewhere. I thought the song was over, but we're moving into maybe modulating higher and beltier. He loves doing that.
No matter if you're black or white, if black is white, it's time for you to get by. It's black, it's white, it's time for you to get by. It's black, it's white, it's time for you to get by. It's black, it's white.
I imagine if you were here live in this audience, this would be an electric performance. I'm almost certain of it, actually. I'm only laughing because it's just so... Well, first, it reminds me of my tendencies sometimes. This really puts me in check when I see performances like this, because sometimes you forget as a performer that just delivering the song, serving the song, putting your own flavor here and there, sometimes it's more than enough. This is... He always turns it into... It seems... The more I've seen him, he seems to turn everything into like a explosive moment that just keeps going and going. But again, live, Perhaps it works so well for those audiences. If you buy tickets to his show, maybe that's exactly why you buy them, because he just goes for it. The long and loud, there it is. A lot. A lot. It's good though. He's really good. He's a lot. He's just the most boring, good singer I've ever heard. It's recording right now?
It's recording.
I just feel like poo.
It's perfect.
But I just...
Just being honest. So.
But I just feel like it's unreasonable. I don't know why I feel like that. It doesn't make sense to not like a singer or an artist when they are clearly good. I just don't resonate with him for some reason. But objectively, he's skilled. But for some reason, it's just not memorable. I know I said it a bunch of times, but like, I could not pick that man's voice out of 3 people. I don't think I could pick his voice out of him and 2 other singers. I don't know why. I'm sorry, like, it's upsetting. I just feel bad for not, like, loving him when he's clearly good, but I just feel, ugh. Man, we love to use that heartbeat sound.
第一，要保持希望，在每天清晨太阳升起，不用太在意这一生的遗憾，用一片面包解决你的不安，别担心，没人经过你的未来。没人驻足你的现在，第二，切记不要与自身的。
I have a real appreciation for how tender he is singing right now. It's actually a lot more difficult than I think people would guess, because people are so attached to what I call the long and loud, right? If people are belting high notes, we know that there's skill involved. But to sound tender like this is actually quite difficult, because he still sounds present. We still hear the melody. We still hear the lyrics coming to life. But we also hear that he sounds broken, but not so broken that it's not working. You know what I mean? It's a delicate balance. So far I am impressed.
平凡为敌，没有必要把自己变得不像自己。你曾慌乱过你的年华释然，你们的一天都一样，面对是同一个太阳。第三，与自己所处的现在促膝长谈。写生命中所剩不多的情感， 这世界不会再为你改变，只怕旧人气消耗殆尽，或者用力的喘息。Sing the song away. Sing the song away. Sing the song. Sing the song. Sing the song.
Very great gear shift into this thicker, beltier, more powerful place. I even heard some nice grit in there. And I don't know if it's that I'm being jaded or suspicious or something, but this performance seems a little melodined, but I don't even know if that makes sense. It's looking and feeling very live, but I don't know. I'm just listening to his pitches, especially at the beginning. It's like, very like, how do I say, just without any deviation in the pitch, which is not very a human sound. But I suppose he could be just that good. Either way, that's not even the point. This performance is coming to life really beautifully. I really like when singers have massive contrasts, when we hear very, very different colors and different sides of a singer. And this performance is designed to show off exactly that for him. And it's great.
真正的敌人的敌人只有自己，那毫无所求的决心会让你感觉那是真正的快乐，那是内心的自我。
You know what, I'm sorry. The technique he's using is solid and sound, and it sounds really, really good. It's just a little bit, it feels a bit exaggerated to me, and like using a skill for the sake of the skill a little bit, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't completely move people. And it also doesn't take away from the skill itself. It's just feeling, I'm not going to go so far as to say cheesy. I think this performance is whoever designed this performance, right? We've got this, I don't know, frame. This is like a mirror or a photograph or a picture or whatever you want to think of this frame. You know, when he's behind the frame, he's like the solemn guy, and then he jumps through, and then he's like, ah! So it's a bit literal, a bit on the nose for me, but he's a very good technical vocalist. This is a bit interesting because the effects they're putting on his vocals, they're not trying to hide it or anything at this point. He almost sounds like a wailing guitar, right? Which he's kind of like insinuating with his guitar hand. So it's less sounds like a vocal, less sounds like a human, more sounds like an instrument, which is a production choice. I'm sure very powerful in the room. And he's embodying what he's doing, but it's to me, potentially a bit over the top, but that's what a live performance also is. I guess it really depends. There's so many different ways to enjoy art. You know, I personally, I feel like a bit silly saying this, because as a vocalist, I love to do big things with my voice. I love to try, I love to sing thick, fat notes, and I love to try to do complicated things, complicated little riffs. But as a listener and still as a singer, as an artist, I try and rein myself into remembering that I love listening to art that is easy to listen to, that is easy to experience, and that is easy to enjoy. And we're not just enjoying it because it's prolific. Wow, I can't believe a human being made that sound. That is one way to enjoy art. It is. Wow, that's an incredibly gifted instrumentalist. That piano player's fingers are moving so fast. That singer is singing the fastest riff. That singer is singing the highest note. That guitar player is playing at the speed of lightning. That is definitely one kind of art to enjoy, and one way to enjoy art, to enjoy how virtuistic a musician is. But I also know that when I'm enjoying music in my life, whether I'm at a concert or in my car, whatever I'm doing when I'm enjoying music, there is something to be said about making the song about the listener instead of the performer. So people can enjoy what he's doing right now because it's crazy. And, you know, his body is like bending in half and he's singing these insane notes. And I can't take that away from him as a technician, right? As a musician, as a vocal technician. But as a listener, I don't know if it always is serving my interest personally. This audience is loving him. They are taking in the energy of what he's doing and its boldness. But sometimes I just want to hear the song. Just the song. But this singer is making the song about the singer. It's not always wrong. And some people really enjoy that kind of performance, especially when it's just one song. But I don't know. You gonna yell at me?
如若变成生命中的情不自禁，那就用最温热的手臂拥抱自己。
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful performance. Well done. Yes! This is a grown-up version of a song we heard from when he was young.
All alone in this has always been a friend of mine. I'm leaving my life in your head. People say I'm crazy and they I am blind.
I feel like someone on his journey has maybe reined him in a bit, because he seems to be doing less, a little bit less. We still have the nice tone, we still have him in tune, but so far he seems a little bit more stable and like he's doing a little bit less. But let's see what he continues to choose.
And how you got me blind is good a mystery. I can't get you out of my head. Don't care what is written in your history. As long as you're here with me, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did. As long as you love me.
This is a lot cleaner. This is a lot cleaner than what we previously heard. He's serving the song. That's what I would call it. He's serving the song more than he's serving himself here so far.
You are where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. Every little thing that you have said and done feels like it's deeper than me. Ooh, 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 so doesn't really matter if you're on or own.
I think that's fair, right? He's got one riff so far, and it was tasteful and tasty and accurate, so I'm here for it.
It seems like a mess to be. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from.
I love that he was slightly out of tune. I love it. You guys know I always want to point out when I think something is unedited, very live and very human. That is an indication to me that this is untouched either entirely or, it's very, very unedited. So that is a very normal and subtle mistake. Mistake is, I feel bad even saying mistake. It's just human. It's just human. It's just real. Yay for live.
Don't care what you did, as long as you love me.
Good.
Oh, as long as you love me.
That's it? That's as much as he's gonna flex? I think that's reasonable. That's great. Just because you can do something doesn't always mean you should do it. This is a great lesson in music and sometimes life too. Personally, I learned this when I was on a TV show called Canadian Idol. The first time I met with the voice coach, she said to me, "Let me hear the song you plan on singing." And I did this. I see trees of green, red roses too. She waited for me to finish and she said, "You're a great singer, but honey, just because you can do something doesn't always mean you should." It's taken me years to process it, but I now share this lesson with my students all the time. It doesn't matter what crazy abilities you may have. They don't belong everywhere.
我不禁那段过往，泯灭了结魄光芒。那一滴离别的泪，灼烧着我的胸膛。